Okay, look at that.
Yeah, I was the one buying it. Or maybe when you take it like this.
Yeah, you could put it in.
Okay, anyway, you have to copy it. Oh, okay, so you didn't get. Okay, next time.
Nation of Attention, ladies and gentlemen. Silence, please. Attention, please. All right, let us all take our positions. Resekera Sirana. Please, whoever's in the front, let us take our positions. Let us take our seats. We are about to switch on to the game. Let's get a Sirana. Please, on the count, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're most likely going to because this is only just 1 point, 1 meter. I can guarantee you 1 striker that can I'll give you 15 seconds. I love that. The game of football does not end at the beginning. Let's have a good start. Hold it like that, hoping that if I start with a Kela with this solid team. And then when we start making subs, and then we start getting something to try to our opponent. So let's be with the
please. Let us make way, let us respect one another. We humbly asking, we are all South Africans. South Africa, we're going to open up for the TV. Ariel, Bafana, Bafana, Ariel!
Le football nation. Elle serait la plus grande du monde. C'est le football pour un élément. Le talent de Fada di quello con l'Arcanella. Non importa one stages. No matter who you are, the passion of football pertenece to the biggest team on the planet. The true in el mundo. Football unites the world.
De Estados Unidos, le damos la bienvenida al mundo entero recibiendo las banderas de las 48 naciones clasificadas a la Copa Mundial de la FIFA México 2026. Los mexicanos estamos muy honrados que sea aquí donde comienza el primer partido de esta maravillosa tradición del fútbol que nos une a todos. ¡Que viva México! ¡Y que viva el fútbol!
5,845 days ago, these two nations squared off in the opening match of Africa's World Cup in Johannesburg Soccer City Stadium. And today, 16 years later to the day, the world attention turns to Mexico City's iconic Estadio Azteca in Mexico and South Africa kick off the next chapter in the World Football. And this, the 2026 FIFA World Cup, with a showdown between Alfie and Bafana on that note. On a memorable and historic day, a very good day it is to you. Whatever you may be enjoying the action from, it is quite SABC Sport. We very proud to bring you the action and sport the world, the entire world, to a standstill for the very best in the world, of course, to line up in the three countries.
Ladies and gentlemen, once more, Balaka for La Sirana. Let's get a Carabao. Please. Come around. In the VIP section. Here, please. Please, move, get seat, please. Police here. Alright, my brother. I'll make sure they get seated. Yes. Everybody get your name, please. In the VIP section. We want an active and free event. We understand when we are over capacity. But please let us cooperate. Let us please cooperate. Are we okay? Can I have thumbs up this side? Thumbs up, are we okay? Alright, the shot. Can I have thumbs up to sign? The shot. Thank you, director. Get time.
Allora porroca moguseo. Dikimen sanjore mona yento mona vedete si comprela. Yele mona wan chavete la sopa saba para bafana. Ndio sabeka la mtameko ya ukali pala mtameko ya zisha na sale pandi. Mo na kuneti kile ya para sabeka le na kaya kuzo. Hawali la panka ya sopa sa akukabura. Hibus. Yele mona kajala kama katisi. Mungu ni tatile. Hawa 1986. Ona alichara mona bale na kaya kuzo. Ipueleso, ya se dice que tengo una tuya que tiene. Kankani todo dan kawala. Beteki, ukuya hoja kasiata. Ukile bona trata. Ndira ka tenga waka wa 2010. Betabu asikira kala kota. Betabu asikira kala kopa te pina. Hayo no toyo, dawo mo kawo. Wotile Jacobs, sukoro ka botu ya kako. Sukoro ka chala mo le pelo na kako la wiketo. Reale, esto como la metete lo tomaro bongwe. Ya Kudarinao, ya me mo ko kujimo.
Well, the World Champions of Argentina, of course, amongst the nations that will be second year stuff after the World Cup in 2026, of course, the legend that is Messi to lead the side and trying to win it on the 2 occasions in a row. Then there are various other nations, of course, that will have a say, the likes of Australia, Portugal, of course, also another nation that will be represented as their flag comes through. Keep in mind, of course, for both Messi and Ronaldo, it could very well be the last time we could be bidding farewell to them. And as far as FIFA World Cup go, the nations that, of course, are represented here, also the 8 of them, as we conclude what's been a memorable, once again, legendary opening ceremony, including England, of course. We'll all be looking to leave us with lasting memories here, and a packed house at the venue, of course, the Estadio Azteca, that's made a bit of history. The first stadium to host the 3 FIFA World Cup opening matches. That's in 1970, Pelé's World Cup. In 1986, Maradona's World Cup. And here they are, once again in 2026, where we'll have to wait to see who, of course, will be champions at the end of it all. This is venue that hosted the 1968 Summer Olympics. As far as football is concerned, including the final back then, hosted 2 FIFA World Cup finals. Diego Maradona's hand of gold, and the goal of the century by Maradona, Portugal scored at this venue, and the keep in mind, story venue, where greats such as Pelé and Maradona can both boast having lifted a FIFA World Cup trophy.
Lekata la bone Afrika bora ba itela bale mo metamekon yarte le bose ai itela bale mo mo a ko man kalenga de Mexico intele se no mediro kata la bone tabekon kan se no la puerta. magnífico.
Mexico City, of course, the capital of Mexico, that we welcome you to the most populated city, second largest Spanish-speaking city in the world, after Lima, out in Peru, the oldest capital in the Americas, and all of the world paying attention to what's happening there. The FIFA president, of course, lifting the FIFA World Cup trophy with Salma Hayek, the famous actress, of course, probably the most recognizable Mexican star throughout the world, Salma Hayek, famous back in the 90s for a movie alongside Banderas called Desperado. It was legendary back in the day, made by Quentin Tarantino. Now, we focus on the fireworks as we get closer and closer to kick-off, and the moment of truth very well. Nearly upon us here, both these sides ready and lined up inside the tunnel. These are the moments that will make stars here. And however we got the names that will fantastically look there that you can see it. The $7 gold pack of the 2010 FIFA World Cup against Mexico is a gold and a name of $7 that does live forever in the world of football. That means a man to lead out the South Africans here after the referee, Martin Sika, from Brazil, the 44-year-old. who began at the 15. These are the officiating team here. And of course, the captains of both sides now stepping forward from Mexico and as they're known, they're 15th in the world. Their 18th World Cup appearance. The first was back in 1930. Best results, quarterfinalists from their levels to back in 1986 and 1970. They are looking for what will be their 63rd goal at a FIFA World Cup. Should they find the back of the net against the 60th Bafana, who enjoying their fourth World Cup appearance. Never gotten out of the group stages. They themselves hoping to score their 11th goal at a FIFA World Cup, or 12th goal, I should say. Should they be the first? Close to the scoring here today. He's playing the first goal of the 2026 World Cup.
Playing the national anthem of South Africa.
Sing
much passion from the country that gave us the Mexican way.
Let's get the views of Michael in the UK.
Yes, Carol, what a huge game at the top of the table. I thought that... Carol? Reggie?
So, over 80,000 handouts here, so we'll be very much behind the home side here, as this passionate nation that gave us the Mexican waves is to kickstart a World Cup. On as many firsts, there's a rule changes, of course, considered throughout the World Cup or throughout this tournament. The biggest ever tournament hosted in as far as the FIFA World Cup, the first in 48 sides, and the drama, all of it coming down to these two nations and these starting 11 from both Mexico and South Africa. Experience key from a Mexican point of view here, and a nice mixture between youth and experience, but those that have been there times before. We'll be looking for a good showing. The same can be said for the refereeing team here, as it looks to set the standard, of course, from a refereeing point of view, and what we expect over the next 5 or so weeks. Good moments for the electors of Gordon and Barazi, of course, from a Ferrarian point of view 2 years ago. They would have found it hard to believe if we told them to be a part of the opening ceremony at a FIFA World Cup, this one here in Mexico, and Canada as well as the US today. That's strides they've made in their careers, of course, over the last couple of years, and here they are, amongst the stars of world football, and of course, the officials will be assisted by VAR, Mrs. Lara, and the Passage. Will be the VAR team that looks to ensure they maintain what we expect to be a very high standard. But that's for the people of Mexico, loud and proud, looking to see their nation, of course, surpass the best in the past, which is a quarterfinal appearance. They want to go further here, and they're trying to ensure they get into the semi-finals, if not the finals. So for Mexico, I mentioned experience, of course, they do have runner between the sticks, but it's the combination of Vasquez and Montes in the heart of defense that will look to keep things nice and tight defensively. Mira will look to sit in front of the back four. Julian Quinones out wide is one to look up from the left, while Alvarado will look to bring the pain to South Africa from the right. Raul Jimenez being the furthest man forward, he has scored 25 third on the all-time top goal scorers in Mexico.
Addirittura piccolo salire di passaggio per la fuori che magnota Sabaro Kotokai voleva Kai notava si deve Kotokai a Cassella può fare sapere il pena attacco poteva fatto la pelo sotto Gianova poteva con la massola nessuno ama pedire bobedi vuole balena poteva con Cabana sotto di virile i cattistici potrebbero sotto ma no tatti Giano resterà un motivo pelo Cerco buona telefono non pegare bala. Richiamo buona corre. Metto te che nessuno mano buon way. Muascara, tutto buona cara. Si sono bella. Basta che avete ci lanciare le summe. Che promo.
Important moment is this, as the Ronald Williams has these last words to decide here before the action gets underway, pumped up and ready to entertain the world of the nations of Mexico and South Africa. Jimenez will hope to lead from a goal scoring point of view. with the many South Africans happy to stream in the starting 11 after he picked up an injury in the second leg of the Champions League final. Reina's boosted the attacking department alongside Graham Foster. As Mexico get the early touches here attacking the ball to the right of the pitch as South Africa left to Comfort from right to left in your picture. So, any momentum here will be a thing of interest, but quite a few South Africans off guard is the formation that's come out here with 5 at the back. Hugo Bruce, something he did try to the Africa Cup of Nations and mentioned on 1 or 2 occasions leading up to the World Cup in the practice matches, especially, or friendlies I should say, against Panama, that he may once again revert back to 5 at the back from the World Cup. Here we are in the opening match against Mexico. With Mexico having all the early touches. And Vasquez invited forward here. What is this appearance for him? For Kanti, I spoke of the experience in the heart of that midfield. Vasquez is 46. So alongside him, Montez is 68, he's approaching 70. These two nations have been met on just one occasion in the past of the FIFA World Cup. Yes, it was a 2010 spectacle. Ended with a 1-1 scoreline. So there's never been a winner when these two nations have spread off. Interesting that the two coaches faced each other back in '86 in Group A, in the opening match of Group A. Back then, Bruce was able to have the man of the starting lineup for Mexico. Williams. This one looking to chase down right from the front of the five, was able to keep it moving. Just few touches here. The South Africans, and they may surprise 1 or 2s with the ability to hold on to the ball and keep it moving. Really interested in the fights in the middle of the park with the likes of Sitor and McGregor and Adams from a different point of view. To the pressure coming out to get rid of the ball, then but find the teammate, needed a better touch and keeping it alive. That unlucky for Rafael Aguirre. Went to one of the press conferences most recently wearing the 86 jersey to remind all that I turned up for the press conference that he of course was a part of the 86 FIFA World Cup squad. Led Mexico in South Africa. Back on the 11th of June in Johannesburg. Late is the challenge from Madiba. Free kick from Mexico. Have had a very good year so far in the year 2026 of Mexico in the friendlies and the preparation for this World Cup. Picking up some impressive results, scoring goals, also being stingy defensively. Really all the tip ball here, real test from a South African defensive point of view. Look at his job. Look much better on that occasion. So Israel Reyes, the man here on the senior side from Albudo, the 26-year-old to take the throw-in. And there was a fair bit of experience, and it's just appearance it is for him for Cantudo Jimenez. Gets the flick on the movement that's good here. From Reyes, the forward. Williams protecting the near post. All hands on deck defensively here, South Africa. Going to put it away here. A little flutter from the home side now. Adams with the cross to Adams in front. Steve Russell. Adams once again. Got one of his back. Trying to tell you to Ronald Williams. They'll leave him. And he's a very pissed form. Between the sticks and dealing with some of the cannonballs that will be fired his way. Leonardo. Adams again finding the toilet. This toilet finding Adams, I should say. Costa. White. Able to combine yet the Camerooners. And keeping some pressure on their Cameroon defense. Has been a start. With Mexico having the victory chance here. A little too more time to really ask questions of the South African defense. Jesus Lado. And from Catinas in Tabasco operating out wide on that left side. This is where he is. Patience. And trying to find the right forward pass here. So Vasquez is invited forward once again. Nunes. Lado. Acting against Madao. And a solid as ever. Squeezing Madao. And protecting the right side of the South African defense. The African champion here. A one-time challenge. So, confidence boosting moments defensively here for Ronald Williams and Pusa Madao. And the early exchanges between these two sides. A glimpse of the match referee, Wilton Sampiero, just a moment ago. And here's once again the man who was part of the 2018 VAR team that, of course, was introduced to World Cups. Also did the 2021 FIFA Arab Cup, including the 2022 FIFA World Cup. And there's one of the danger men, of course, that being, is operating on right on that side. Interesting with him is he was actually born in Colombia. In the Guyana from Colombia. For switching allegiances to Mexico. One of two players that were born outside of Mexico in the starting 11 and switched allegiances. That should make that 3. Well, expecting a moment of euphoria, of course, from a Mexican point of view when their side does, or if their side is to find the back of the net in this encounter. Williams. The start that Africa were looking for. Many of you that would have listened in to Andy and the team in the studio would have heard Coach Charles Weekly mention Sitola and those turns playing in the number 6 position. Now he's too rarely making those turns. They anticipated this time, able to nick it away from him. It was a big warning, of course, from the studio in the build-up to this match. And from then on, there's Julian Guinois. Bangs it through the legs. But Ronald Williams, and it's Mexico Get it all important first. Let's see them now relax and begin to enjoy the occasion if it is to be. Adams is makes the turn. Some close time faster. They will be up at 90 now. Jimenez. This is the last line here. And well, you can feel the atmosphere moving up and up to just what they needed. The early goal here to settle some of the nerves here, and it's Mexico leads South Africa goal to no object.
Rexona are proud supporters of South African football and proud sponsors of Bafana Bafana. Whatever happens, Rexona won't let you down. Rego Panachano, Famara Hameto Lesone, Africa Borabata Tobi Kaba, Kota Hukai Kotakamura Muli Kroma. Toso Edilu and Chala, Nikawana Lasitone. Jose de Luentano, Nikawana Las Catera Sitone. About Calaseo, Muno Manano, Kilinos, Anite Pata, Paprika Bora, Hayotaya, Wanamatora, Hugo Bruce, Kadinelli, Kore Pasoye Chanangie, Aitadiwa, Munatunye Chanangie, Momosameko. Arbone, the Mexicans, Avadantana Kileo. AC1 Channel, Comora Homotile, Yaga Ranger. AC1 Channel, Comaraco, Nakaya, Mexico. Africa Bora, Torre to Toropa, Africa Bora, Torre Tizano. Akabari Sichon. Atore Sevoka Buela Channel, Batapamisa Kuka, Motamikona. Simula Channel, Ma. Dualia, Neva Simula, by Severa, Mexico. Jacob and Pasquet. Romela de Brumo Copini, Arbora de Caporoca, the Colonial. Pagotachalo, Calvilo, Pella, Elivasia. Ataga, Luca, Tano, Clara, Mocosa, Secuta, Catalana, Picabora. Sailor Man. Curtis Somadau. Babacatalo, Secuta, make a Secuta, Sicilian, one of Cosi. Ete never not feeling a coaching. Attorney Sebata Kabasireta Africa Bora, Barumete Banda Bocosola di Italy. Anavacana Bacano, I want to clear out singer, about Rumela, Tula Kavaya Comodoron Williams, Abai Japilia. Abai Jaron Williams. Anatalo President. Amokato Kilalino, Gianni Infantino. He was having the summit in the Pitilena, but then the summit was out of the Pitilena. Mogol Tatsile, the capacity in the Copane, Me Africa Bora, Inianosa, Van Camotanuco, Pompieno, Honosa Chalo, Mexico, Valifakai. Le parole leggere in storia. Le parole le si ferma le parole con la mezza me quelle merraro. E a se già sale fatto per il caso di farlo canini. Siamo la facciamo che te va a sapere che tagliani sono. Arbole ciao ime. Siamo la facciamo che la ciao mozzella in gara un peghezeli. Vamos to got the sensational Jaden Adams. Sivesi, Romela di Tele Wakopili. Kala di Musile Kudeso. O Montagori, eating a papel caga, se Pamoragukabi. Naru I follow Sakudeso, Pelabasa Polosa Sente. Yavakosa Yaku Chala Kikalado. Arbalon Pegoteni, Kalatra, Misa Chalamatamico, when Isamatamico Barare, Dihamoa, Gibson Rembula. Tutto il cappello si toglie. Tutto il cappello si toglie. Giove, buon anno ya Mexico. Per pagare la moto a le cavole alla Ronald Williams. Se ti sta il tunelo. Poi fate con una ta banchi da Mexico. Siamo la Comoravo. Parrumela lo qualo, poco per la mia paese che ne c'era un agone. Non fare del popa. Poco fare del popa. Abogo kai wa poso. Katala de Kuchadas. Horeto sa Comoravo mbege selim pongasi. Rumela Giallo, molto buona. Approvettare live. Dicono la motorella da sensegina. Piazza Murondo, la battuta per rotazioni. La battuta per rotazioni, la battuta Segliame. Poi Piscotti. Piazza Murondo, che come quella. Cattelo. Dopo, da Cowboy. La Rumela. E quel telo da rimpacca, gli sta facendo il zumo. Perché sei di Bolasi. Rumela sono ritirata la paguata di Comorraco. Mexico. La torna da bacca, posta la ritirata di Sebolasi. Dopo che tocca la taglia, il tacco, sembra la mocca sulla vela. Siamo come quella. Vamos a la chalo a carrate sulla Rembula. Sibola kona makwa tene makwa manayo watebo mo fidalgo tene jalo makwa con kele filero monica wala la fidalgo Iggy Tapelo Maposa Mbegezeli sistema takakilio kala ufana wote wa the captain of the chief kusina tsebesi abaila kafika bora abaila kaba fana bafana tero hukwela Simola charo komara ko Rangel Jaka wana manayo berekati chalo bagaimana Kenya Mexico mukatesi wa sofa se shape akuya berekati mo vya na kai Avesimo la chalo ba kubara de tele wa kapili Buona Africa Bora, abbiamo dato la ciao ragazzi da me. Quindi siamo da sapete che la mozzella è una noi. Va a dire il posto. Sono stato qua, come la Abai rubala di tele o papele. La volta la posta là. Vamos a caer diciamo come da Mexico. Papa Buddha Africa per la Comora Barbone, per la Via Young Gotiri, fai la cultura di professore dei Tini. L'Africa volava fare questo come la Comora Boi, come la Comora la Dizela, che Dizela la Dizela che la Comora Barbone, che la Comora Barbone, Oba ta come ta mo na yo ma tiro no. Pochi le quella le cala. Tutti deve essere boccolani e quando sono tu a buone. Aspetta canduco. Una romete quando sono tu a buone però tutti deve essere. Ma non si vanno anche ma tra gli occasioni. Hai tu sisi Komorako. Buona Africa Mura, Abata Pilero Melanchano Copini. Matragaba Kaya Poso Catano and Chalo Capitani. Healing the Chalo Manawa Montes. Matragaba Corveta Manawa Montes. Having similar Komorako Bafana. Kabata Chalo. Sail up. Sidesi. Potrebbero sapere vacanze sotto suma mabedi. E tiene one. Nagaya Mexico. E deve per Africa Mura. Già te lo voglio la Parigi.
It was very frustrating. Pushing forward here. Here's Montes. And one way over towards the near side to level down to make that challenge in the end. And a set piece it is. To Mexico. That's one South African yellow already. That being the moment when as we view this challenge from a police ago. Well, they do have experience in Lesser Down as well as Udiba, not only with the Champions League and how often they've gotten to around the top four. With the Mamman and now also the FIFA Club World Cup will have come in handy. Adams. 20 minutes as high up the field as possible. Good strong play. That is from the goal scorer there in Pinones. Now, what's on his near side? Alvarado. Looking for the man moving towards the far post to Selena as the player is putting up from a South point of view. They work team doing getting it out the cage area. Faster. Closely watched. There's that now faster. Roberto Carlos, bottom right in your picture. Arguably one of the best left backs in the world. Cup food, just on top of him, arguably one of the best right backs. And together, part of a World Cup winning 2002 FIFA World Cup squad with Brazil. Yeah, together, these are terrifying squads, of course. On the worst days, operating in the left and right back positions, also getting forward. Carlos with arguably one of the most memorable goals ever scored by a defender. In Fabian Barthez in France, and the goal scored from the top of the distance. Coming here, Zeno picked up the ball, one of the few times to pass to the end, defensively from Mexico as they get it clear. So the reacting late in going down in the winner. Not the difference between getting or not getting that foul. The flag went up a bit later. With the yellow card will be shown here to Gutierrez. Born actually in Berwyn, Illinois, USA. There's the 22-year-olds. Played for US at under 16, under 20, and under 23 level. Made his debut for Mexico as we look back at the challenge only in January against Panama. Raiders keeping Rangel under pressure here. 23 minutes gone by. Sitole would love to get onto the end of one of these balls floated into that box in an effort to, well, maybe raise the error. That led to the opening goal here from a Mexican point of view. All starts with quality from a man with an educated back foot. The Brazilian referee is going to have words here right faster. Is one of the men that we were going to talk you to. Pushing and shoving. Could be the defensively from Mexico with everybody back defending. There's that Bonanza. We defend together as a unit to the Mexicans. And just doing these bits and applying a bit of pressure and trying to win the ball back as high up the field as possible. But there is your goal scorer, the lone goal scorer so far. Into this FIFA World Cup. The man born in Colombia plays some football for Saudi Arabia. Is in Saudi Arabia for Al Qadsia I should say. In 4 minutes gone by, there will be the water break, which will be standard throughout the World Cup. In the midway point of the first half and the second half will be the case. Chance now for the coaches to maybe have a bit of a word here for Hugo Cruz to rectify one or two things they need to fix.
Hola Mzansi, hola! Hola South Africa, hola! Aqui la fela mata. Aqui la fela mata. Palida fela. Aropelen. Ritawaka mata. Banamesi fela. Bambulele. Había bopera, le para que vale, quoi. Se me la lleva, quoi. Se me la lleva, quoi. Se me la lleva. Ah, bopera. Vaya una vez. All right, it's 1-0 to Mexico. We coming back. They want to drink water. It's a dehydration break. All the games in the World Cup, they'll be having this break. What? Okay. We're going back to the game now. Ariel, South Africa, Ariel! Auze!
Now for Daniel, the goalkeeper in the picture yet to be tested in the match. Man who's won the CONCACAF Nations League, including the CONCACAF Gold Cup between the sticks. It's 15th appearance for country. First of many water breaks now, I think the pass is Mexico. They look to a blood from the back. See them trying to deny South Africa the opportunity of a building from the back. And they're able to get it away with a bit of pressure. Lovely Medina. Goal scorer of a goal that was so important to Sundowns winning the CAF Champions League in the first leg of the final in Pretoria. CDC league champion with Orlando Pirates. One in between Bogazi and CDC. Now, here is Bogazi. We're going to see the likes of Alvaro Hidalgo wearing the number 8 jersey now hard to whip in midfield here to try and deny South Africa the forward pass. Here they are again with the hustle winning the ball back in the area. In the front foot space on the near side. They do have Pinones up to the far side, supported by Gallardo. Approaching the half-hour mark. Pressure. Applied here by Iranians. No mistakes from Ron Rangel and company. Vasquez, who played at the 2022 FIFA World Cup, or was part of that 22 FIFA World Cup squad, I need to say. They didn't get any minutes. Also played mixed with under 23 they voted. And Vasquez. Bit of journey for Pinones. Good movement. Mexico looking at another. The block in the end. One. Protecting Ronald Williams without looking for the pace of Raiders then. Well, with the two strikers up front, very interesting in seeing how South Africa will find the outlets, of course. And they're trying to play the ball out. Here's Fidalgo. Lovely ball. Good touch. To Alvarado providing it. Eventually the ball in is way too close to Ronald Williams. Reyes, the man pushing forward out on the near side on the overlap. So, Williams, the only of the goalkeepers to be beaten thus far at the FIFA World Cup, looking to help them get played out from the back. 30 minutes gone by, and there's the opening match of the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
Baratini avrei cambiato la Africa Borra. Ne sabato come le binone, batami che va Mexico va tipo Cancanonia. Pa motakare baba hatella como lavo. Claro. Romero di Telo Cotini. Arbone siamo la gialla mattina gli avranno lui. Catalanta fanate la Marina Africa Borra Catalana Caia Brasil. Nicawana la Romero. Catelo. Mbongazi para para kapile kaka mo krinyo. Nicawana la Riyad. Simona mo kapile Montes. Kala ka ba yung kapile kinito na jalo ka sibese. Okon. Africa Borra Rafe, Catalo tocca Nigeria. Attacco la volontà Samira la stofa Sabata Chavas, Africa Borra. Samiti de Maloma, Africa Borra, Mosote, Samata Santa Pretoria. Yamaloma. Begeze. Direttivo anche qua la Gentile Panetta America. Di Cavalale. Nambegezeli. Romero di Telo Cotini. Allora Africa Borra Mochina. Vai sarà la cosa. Allora la cosa sarà. Le cavolo bella per poter tagliare le battenti a dentro Cotegiano. E che va a battere Africa Borra outside. Vanno mette a lavoro, a fare quelli come la Lila Mapposta. Siamo lanciato come una conquiglia. Siamo lanciato come una corrente. Mettete polli alla bala. Fate la fa quella mattigone. Monti va qua nelle va Mexico. E fa questo per Africa Borra, una tica media, ma la tieni capo. Arbone Galado, siamo lanciato come una combattuta da Montes. Africa Borra, Baba Pateleza, pensa che la tata come la Badilla Poso, Nagaya Mexico, Badilla Poso, Nagaya Mexico, che è fatto solo Tatelo. Che siamo rembola, che buono qui. Begezeli. Allora Africa Borra, non la canna tutti, questo è il senso da. Non la canna tutta la Santa Allora il senso Africa Borra. Dai costata, ma devo dire cosa questa giata, devo dire che non sai da quello che passa per me. Dai, devo dire tutta giata. Che ne va qualcosa? Arbone, Reyes, Tatali, Cavalana Calario, e deve avere un campagna per la Curia, Pago Tacciano, Calibino, Pago Taccici Reyes, poi cambiare la qua del suo Carbone, Albago di la Villa Giallo Cofili, poi va a muovere Reyes, che la va a fare come la Cofili. Ah, questa molto, questa la Pele, questa Pele, questa la molto. A di questi diventa di monolo. Reyes. Arbone, balik ako na sa papel, Alvarado. Gutierrez. Ay sa mga mga Pilipinas. Abari na Pilipinas. Kibara ya, como kapitena sa mga tinudigan ng Pilipinas. Ano ba gila sa mga Afrika Mora? Kalau pa sa gabel mo na yung kamatagin sa kotse. Ayun lama. Yago to sa telo. Yago to sa kimatalo ke kawana la kalado. Arbone kalado. Obata chalo mana wala walira. Kalado. Vai sa Miguel Morales. Balik ako di kacala libero naman sa Mexico na kaya Mexico. Balik ako di naman libero naman sa Mexico pasero kiri Bokbone. Lira. Reyes. Dalla Africa Mora iba Mexico Moravo. Iba patelo ta kubuela kape babissimo da Moravo. Calado. Simula chalo momotara di nuovo Ekibanino cadrà chalo qua fede Pino questa chalo con Calado Avrà la Calado da Moro con Palla Levara non aveva fatto la Leone the sensational Jaden Adams Maposa Peppeno I Cottinati Seidame Sibagaya Champions League para Ariela para Motilena Impegezeni Amaruna Lamparazi Adesso per la trovare la Impegezeni Impegezeni Prima la trovata la Basaneta Kawana la Costa Polizia che sto passa e Zinga Magancani Ragazzi che ne chiamano il caffè alla cantina e di mangiare anche una ora da guida. Avanti che l'altra Africa volava Catene Marci. Catene Marci Spefelo. Jaden Adams. Spefelo. Catena Bata con il rapporto, l'altra volta per fare magari Spefelo. Così la DCBC siamo alla Camera come Tornado Guadalajara Mexico questo senza vai sapere che la muovono yes facciamo quell'ira adesso ti pagare cavanna allora la battaglia la fai a coppere sarà un po' di Begezeli Calado Mazameko pula madeboko Mazameko wancha rumo lancha moloi Batte Mariano barele rumo lancha moloi Montes Atamezana kutano mai chermo como de la calle México Avaru de la cajote y ahora todo como lo que lo Jera muluri de musubutir Calgete Monayo Pasampiao Wakwana Kenya Brazil Mana Boka Kete Mamulure Musubutir Nekawana Lilaula Munakare Waskopasa Mexico Numi Bejalo Ke Kudani Jala Nekawana Waskatero Sitole Jovi Tusejalo Ispatelo Dall'Africa Boraba Tele si va qua Morraco Nakaya Mexico Baitele Cepili Ne vengono testa la matascabe Tele Sume Possiamo vogliamo Samiko. Mekota con il Tata con il Kapase Boya Komora con Pagol Tijana. Arboni. Magona la Tita Bola Tara e Sina Rape. Gitures. Abaibaga Quantum Pegazel in Poland. Abaibaga Quantum Pegazel. Nalika Kapeta Taraka Kora Alfa Radio. Però la motiga non stiamo creiamo, c'è come tutte le famiglie la spela. Abbiamo spero, ma che noi non siamo sapendo. Non dobbiamo fare da tutte le sue mamma. Magari a Mexico, hai sempre le canne di uno per il
Again, it's trying to put pressure on and I'm still able to get it away despite the attention from the Alexa Reclamblinas. In the middle of the park here. Mexicans moving impressively. Kilado. Fidalgo. In the space now. Up to the space. Oh, look, the space on the Dominion was an important touch. Preventing the middle back leg for the South Africans. Mexico not quite that. This was a second before the end of the first half. Kulanez. Space to the scene, firing on the up and up. Is Israel Reyes. Without finding out the right back position, doesn't get too much distance on the clearance. Ball in. Williams again. Tetson Jimenez. A flip. A third game. A flip nature. In the first half. Great movement to the center. Get away from the likes of the front. Let's get the slightest of touches onto that just to under. So Williams at full stretch. The system in the middle of the park, the next of the series, and Hidalgo gets to go up again. Trying forward here now. He is in second. As the Pinones. Pressure on the Brazilian company. Forward, main forward, to do it. Now plays the struggle, Brian Healy defends under a tremendous amount of pressure here. He is serving it up here for Pinones. Good replacements as we get the referee's view. Perfectly placed as a referee. Good position in the house. Now, first off, coming to an end here. South Africa lucky to be trailing by just the one. The problem here is Julian Pinones, including Jimenez as well. Some of the quality chances we've had in this first half. Now, Raiders. That's beautifully done. That's masterfully done. In the middle of the park, under a whole lot of pressure. There's an equal set as well. Will be Teles. Lima. And with the chance to look for the forward pass here. Faster. The down support out on the far side. Now Punch leading the ball played in here. And will be happily settling for a corner. First touch of Jesus Ronaldo. The 31-year-old with over 150 appearances for country is Ganado. He is currently for Toluca. That's the 2018 and 2022 FIFA World Cup. I spoke of the experience in the respective side. Two players that have been done this before on the world's biggest stage. Disappointment in 2022 was not even on the group stages already. No problems defensively. And dealing with threat from South Africa. Impossible victory, putting the group once again. And he scores. And it's like losing on the second place right. He made his debut in June of 2025, just a year ago. national team who is starting the game for the FIFA World Cup. Man, the thing making is that debut at Orlando prior to the full-on professional, he was on playing the Champions League semi-finals as well, so his trajectory in his career has been unbelievable over the last year and a half to two. Now, good movement, struck all over the top, and Williams needed time. He's at time, or he's run off the line superbly well, then he's dealing with that danger. There's Montez. Ronaldo. Ronaldo in a different position can play as a left winger, including as the left back position we've seen him today. International since 2016. Bears. 4 minutes added on to the end of what's been an impressive first half from the host nation, or one of the three host nations, I should say. Very impressed with the hustle from the likes of Alvaro Fidalgo in the middle of the park. Communication lines open as they go along again looking for Jimenez. Can quite find Alvarado here on the near side. Bagazi cleaning up, happy to concede the throw. Jimenez. Distance quite testy with deflection, making it easy for Ronald Williams to scurry across and move the shot from Ronaldo. Good question here. Can South Africa create a clear-cut goal-scoring opportunity before the end of the first half? The question as well will be how they come out now that they're completing this first half will be a second. Will Hugo Bruce shoot that way will be a bit more adventurous with some creativity on that field. No. Hoping for the corner in the end. The call is goal kick here to the frustration all over the man from Kogwani. One of the host cities, of course, at the 2010 FIFA World Cup. No, it will be important from the home side here. The coach there doesn't entirely look a happy man, but what will be important is taking the lead into the halftime break here. Yes, they may feel they could have scored at the very least one more. They don't want to give South Africa any hope for going into the halftime break. They are winning attack in a good area. Pinone is on the up and up. Good movement. Overall, in 2 minds, quite possibly. That's it, Ryan Series.
It's just a brother, no chip.
The US born man.
Chips is going to take long because people are
Trying to
blocking the
play
player.
football for Guadalajara. No, 2 players that play for Guadalajara that's in the starting lineup here for the South Mexican squad. Reynolds. Well, look for his pace. At times in the pocket, side right to the left and right. It hasn't quite worked out for them here in this first half. Going to be tactically at an area Hugo Bruce may be looking to catch up on the wide areas here creatively going forward. But it's Mexico that have scored the all-important first two. Julian Pinone is here.
One Mexico! From South Africa, Chaluya! And Susanna Mendes, DJ Benzo. I'll call now DJ Benzo on the 1s and 2s. Thank you to all South Africans present tonight. Rialaboga. Eskera Panamata, Bafana Yaruna. Yeah, booyah. It's a booyah. DJ Benzo. We still have Mahu.
Auteta.
one lady this side. Right, any other volunteer? By raising of hands? Alright, my selector, I need a first song. We've got 4 dancers. We need to see who's gonna be the winner. Okay, when you're ready, my selector, let's have one song. They'll be dancing. I'll be counting you out. You dance, you dance, you dance, you dance, and I'll count you out. Okay. So, luwagali to coach. That's good. Ladies first. Ladies first. Nanta. Shut. Nanta. Shut. Alright, are you ready? Ladies first. You'll be first guy. You'll be the last one. Alright. Let's have another one. DJ. Are you ready? Yeah. Beep, beep, beep. Are you ready? Alright. Are you ready? Change the song. Alright, my selector. They say must change the song. Alright. We changing the song for the last time. Only this one. Here we go. We don't have time. Hadanga.
Ne barata go tshameka ka metsi ka mollo metsi a le gone go Afrika Borwa ba dira phoso Afrika Borwa ba ikgala ka dirima fela ba kgona go sireletsa ka morago go tsima kwa godimo ga e le ka tese ke le go gore ke kgotsa gore ke re di lata ka lebelo le le kae diphoso tse di dirwang kwa morago ke setlhopha sa Aforika Borwa ga ka feletsa go tsamaya ka mabomo re bone e ka ona la lera le wela mo tseleng ya ga ege e ba mo tseleng ya ga Seilaman e Grand Rainers ga ba e tshamekela jala mo dinagong tsa ga lera ba go ba tlhasela jalo ba go tla jaaka motsetse wa dinotshi ba go ba loma ba e romela ko pele fela ya go ya mo tseleng ya ga Ronald Williams okay ba go ise mona kwa morago Ronald Williams romela ntle wa kwa pele wa Grand Rainers fela mekete a ka e goga ka bogatla Grand Rainers e mo seile kgwele ya go tosoletsa fela ya go toswa ya khiwa thala ke le ka wana la Khalada ya go toswa thala ke Khalada Philia Kilanos ba kwa pele Baba Rala, Afrika Borwa kata-kata. Baru dalam tim Baba ya terlalu menunggu. Mana yo kita orang dulu kata bulan Afrika Borwa dulu. Kita wata ko fere de Afrika Borwa le kawana le yo ni teno mo tuka borwa fome. Mo karwan saya samay ko. Sibis.
Thank you so much.
Samay ka kaman na bali batalo pa mara Afrika Borwa. Hino kon. Himeokon, Osaga Serrete, Manalo Osaga Serrete, Afrika Borwa tela Tribunalo. Adila Chabonalo, Afrika Borwa tela Arbone Chalo, Maposa, Sibisi, Owana Chalo Seilaman, Blind Costa. Adila Chabonalo, Yaota Chalo das Capello. Arbone Chalo, General. Owana Capello Carabat, Sepame, como Rafonaka, ya Mexico. Kamu waktu berada di pos dia Atse pame ko marako. Jacob wana Hidalgo. Semola matile me ya ni ko wana lela Vasquez. Reyes. Mana Jacob ba ni tana bunolo. Afrika Borwa ya foto ko marako. Kita ko ni ko ko. Kita ko siha. Kama tatati. Nikira yare. Are Oh, Sakarata, Chibudi! Kanye Atemakoma. Again, Capello. Oh, Magalaka, Chibudi Chove. Kalamu Tabella, the same with the Tilan, Kalamu Telefate. I think the Poso Yanka. Afrika Borwa nisiwa kuni ya bugeni kala kete ota koka chalo kama mo VAR kete ota koka VAR fa Kota le temo kala mudala ni chole le kali chole le mo tirani kala karato le chile Kala kukukwani. Attenzione alla Coppa Nova Sabeke Moscofa sa Mexico. Africa vorrà essere la Coppa Nova Ganda di Peli. Tata di lega si penalty e che fa anche pocoso. Ma Africa vorrà mettere la Sabeke Coppa Nova Thailand. Lega Thailand che rusu kilo come Lorena. Africa vorrà mettere la Sabeke Coppa Nova Thailand. Aspetta lo storo Cile. Away Toma, Calafante, Calafocosa dei Tieni. Adriano Botta la Nama. Devota la Cepe, il mondo sono Sanama che piglia Cozi. Fasque, sono quelli in papera da Piglio. E piglia Cozi, Robert Williams. Allora, Avanti, tira le fuori, tira le Ragazzo di Montano come Felo. Pepelo. Anche di posto senza di Montano Congo. Cago Gata Ceccio Montregani. Catamo Catesi. Parle fatta buona che si rende su papere. Africa vorrei buona sulle papere. E della lastica modere siamo Montano Congo la tela. Delle si in Jaga Talk Shop. Amo Club in Tala Karate Kibino. Abarula Quapino. Fire Jaka Mutsi Warinosi. Abakana the District King of Sailor Pakasikuto. Ababakini Sekuto. Havana Tapalima Pisampelo, Balateri about Mexico. Avole Tapalima Pisampelo. L'Africa vorrà fare la tecnica che possiamo combattere con la manetto e tiro. Attila con la manetto e tiro. Malika Bukoro come possiamo come. Arronella. Giulia come bravo. Armane Grand Rainer. Dalla barquante che vuoi sapere. Lì la bella panche. Magari sono venuto Borataro. Serisi. Siamo garantiti molto siamo rembul. Mbegezeni. Imeo call. Tiap siamo rembul. Tiap homo quena. Abarro me la pagara cabana. Deva sia cerca qualche cosa con la tacera. Kailu makanya Afrika borale se. Afrika borale Kailu makanya se. Solo makati su sore toko takamano. Kan kaya for Mexico. Yole chere tebo man Casela. Fast pace. Montez. Arbone. Samigala ko no toko mo tele nyaka kelado. Rumela ni tele ni ko mo chaba jore bala ba pote ka ko mo chaba Afrika bora. Kala ni wasia. Eden sia jale ko wala mo ka disu be ni busufa. Ni ko wala Alvarado. Arbone video ini ko pana salam rembul. Arbone salam Seilame. Heba mo tele nyaka tele naran. Maposa, Abrimo Diva. Wan ko pakai ne. Abaru mela khene chala mo tele na. Dia ka tebo homo kwena. Seilame. Arbone Afrika bola balik ko jara ko pele bona ko. Lai ko ba ko ba yefta na kafe. Todo tele sobe. Eso tiene sabele. In the one Mexico, North Africa bola.
The Sona are proud supporters of South African football and proud sponsors of Bafana Bafana. Whatever happens, the Sona won't let you down. So, 10 minutes into the second half and the drama continues. It wasn't a great start in the first half inside the opening 10. When South Africa conceded, of course, and inside the opening 10 of the second, a red card to Sotole. Uphill battle now for Hugo Bruce and his men. Now Foster will be the first to be substituted here at this World Cup. And then there's the World Cup. Part of the Paris team that, of course, were club champions. Having won the triple. And at the end of the 25-26 World Premiership campaign is about that. Adding to the number of prize players out on the field, a couple of them now. There is one of them to be seen. So in the middle of the park then it will be McGuinn, Adams and Bata. With the lone striker now with South Africa on the field being Ikram Reynolds out on the attack. Well, the pressure can't find the teammates in there. Well, South Africa come away set piece and a change the same once again. And Gutierrez is Lira is the man that's put down here. Born in Mexico City. There is currently for Cruz Azul. Well, still on the ground, usually now getting up on his feet. And follows the Liga MX Best 11 in 2021. Also, Liga MX All-Star in 2021, 22, and 25. Look keeping close tabs on Vasquez. Well, it's the 11th of Mexico now looking for the 2-goal cushion against the 10 of South Africa. This was the near post and what needed to be done in getting it clear. Further work here from Bogazin, any distance from the clearance. Now chase down Reynolds. Something able to keep it alive. Roberto Baggio behind the FIFA president. One of the greats from back in the 90s, the Italian. Remember the 94 World Cup in the US where it was very much Baggio up against Romario in a tournament that went down to a final between the two nations, that being Italy and Brazil. Baggio with an infamous miss from the penalty spot. Now, Daniel, keeping it full. Vasquez always looking to get onto the front foot when the space is afforded him. Well, approaching the hour. Well, to the Mexican crowd we want is the goal that provides the cushion here. There is Vasquez getting over that halfway line once again. Now options get right in center here. As they keep that wide on the left side. The bit of vision to spot the run being made on the far side. Just needed a much better ball in to find the run being made by Roberto Alvarado. Oh, it was great vision. Keeping up on the blind side and checks. Was the man from Salamanca. South Africa would love to create a clear-cut opportunity for Ikram Reynolds. And by no means last year, the saves made by Ronald Williams in the first half, very much keeping South Africa in it. Tabisi. You know, but the head of And the sixth man, still 22 years of age. Barazi, by the way, 20 years of age. Going to be a three. At the back to be South African point of view, species the oldest. Closing down the movements of Alvarado is trying to get both sides of the field here. So, change being made here, and there's creativity. Macy's and London maybe do a better job of holding onto the ball here. Adams is the man that I want to make way for his club teammate and South African vice captain, Timbers running. Oldest bet in the South African squad now onto the fields. 6 years of age is running. Second to him in age is Williams with 34 years out on the fields. That's the hour mark. Let's go patient for the time being. Well, they are needing to have the extra man comfortable for the time being of the Mexicans. Hasn't been too much of a threat for Raul Ramion, their goalkeeper, to worry about as yet. Pressure on Hidalgo. The Chivas man running out. An option here as they try and lure the South African squad to create some space to play through. Eventually going long here. That's done by Jimenez. Back at Wolves, by the way. And who has played in 3 different World Cups now for Mexico. Raul Jimenez. Hey, what with Jimenez and Quinones here involved in the action against Medell. And you do have players that are serious threats in front of goal. 23rd appearance for Quinones, scoring his 3rd goal for Mexico this evening. $100 million who made his debut back in 2014 against Brazil. The stellar career on the international level. You get a performance for South Africa today. Didn't make them to take really 1.5 now. Look at his teammates can get it right to the front foot and once again, no real threat to Raul Ramian's goal. Quality lacking in the final goal. Now some whistles coming from the stands. I do believe the Mexican fans want to see a bit of action. Actually, we would like to see the team put South Africa to the sword here. I'm not entirely sure the noises coming out of the stands are quite positive from a Mexican point of view. Williams. There's Montez. There's the football for Lokomotiv Moscow. He's a participant in the 2022 FIFA World Cup. For Mexico at under 21 and the 23 level. Also part of the 2016 Olympic team, including the 2020 Olympics for Mexico. Mistake defensively again. This time it's easy. Could find the hand, the needle on the occasion. Alvarado again being before the scores. 65 minutes gone by here, and at times you get the feeling South Africa are their worst enemy defensively. OJ.
아프리카 보라 끝에 타이스바 세우리보레 범무사를 걸려서 자라사를 파시 마구드로 알차라지 페트로고 이게 제가 세베이트로 바보 그 차례 감옥을 끝 멋진데 왜 어제를 차로 뭐라 그냥 발사하는 메라메라가 쳐고 뭐야 아프리카 보라고 먹고서 그리고 보라고 호텔 차라가 쓰면서 어떤 사람들은 뭐한테 뭐 아 진짜 아프리카 보라 나고마 고모니 자까 나고마 타세라 바라보다 차나 바바 타세라 까까왜 아바티콜로 que 자까 아프리카 보라 이디라 가지고 페리 Lira. Sabi ka naman Quinones. Ano ka na Jimenez? Quinones. Ano ka na kakamutawag ko na bala? Afrika muna ya buli ka kumura ko. Ano ka na pagkakot? Ano mo sumama na mo supa? Muli na lang ang kamunawag ka Jimenez. Sabi ko ang sopa sa kabayan na sa ulo. Okokot na sa pekiri. Para kasing lang sopa sa Afrika Bora. Amatola Kelly. Away na Wichumelo. Tomando seguro de México. Ahora va a decirle a Foto África por matar Siria, que ahora cae Babulaki. Hay chuleta. Hay no sé. Chula. Ahora chula. A ver, tira que se la hace la Rosifera. A ver, tira que le toa. A ver, Namori. Oh! Mexico. Andorra África Bora. Magkasta yali. Adira Jaka Baba Karabay Matara Tuodera. Mezano, Arawa Konakum, Yakarabay Komoa. Patana Tatama Pekabora. Forever Komorako. Havana Tata. Para África por ahí voy como abajo. Raúl. Jiménez. Acaba México con el camino de Venezuela. Jano. Eternamente. 예, 컷한 만나고 가시마니. 예, 컷한 만나고 가시마니. 마시마요 만니. Buona portavo in Chettile, penalty, Catase penalty, vedere Africa Moraya, aveva panciare poco solo dei temi nel posto, e tende a muovere. On way to the long market of Mexico. Magona Tata, ora Africa Moraya, Comorago. Giacomo Cassese, Cante lavorare, Africa Moraya che va in scuola e Baba Sadi di lui. Vai in di Ratabone. Hello, come here, moving on Palibala. Make it take a sing way. Hawakata Kilewa Koswe. To Mexico. Lemotaka Hoka City Feli. Hanamoda Africa Mura. Tyler. Haseva Kita Sebatika Moana Hofeta. Tyler Africa Mura Sabaka Navali Sume. Maybe the Bakamara Hogan the baby. Hasela to tell the Suma baby. Hatele Mexico Kisama Africa Mura Cakes Sibanya. Yagotosa Pileo Yagotosa Litachelo, Yagotosa Calado. We vamos a llegar a Vasquez. Calado. Simula Vega como Mexico. Africa Morata, Tibana Bocoteo, Quinones, Pesavigala Mutilia Jimenez, Geraldino de Suma de Bushipo de Mexico, Alaka de Borota Tabisi. Yagotoso, Bakai de Chalor outside. Una manano le fa una sfaccherò se se la moglie pela mo ka mo te jo pelo mo te jo pelo qua sera c'est bon on va faire la bonne non che ne va aba vi che rapido che vuole sempre la camera che sta per il capo sai non la capire che io Poter guardare a casa la mettere per fare le prime. Allora, esa cámara que está en la playa México. Cada CBC con el petróleo de Cotelli. Ronald Williams. Sebastian Otelli Mshishi. Difetto Montetta di Tisabo Montano con gli occhi del film. Quinones. Moluma. Perché da testa la mezzo la sala così la Tisebesi. Carata. Andiamo a vedere Sorlana, la Africa Morale, carata di un pezzo di Sorlana. Bilingue Chivedo. Carata di Lepede, che ha fatto come quella, che ha fatto così la Tisebesi. Nel cappello a Magate Chivedo. Naka ya Mexico, va Magate le nostre. Mexico che deve pagare il tacciato per tirare per tuo. Awe simula kamera ko. Halika ko ya Montes. Hai chala mutsirenga ka. Hai samigala ko ko tego mo khalajo. Atere taulo ya motsami ko chalo Mexico. Atere chalo ke tapele. Atere taulo ya motsami ko atere ke tapele. Africa bola basina pele. Ebo chalo ko na ko kaite. Maposta. La check in Africa bola sije. Dove che lo subire mo tano mo tano ko ya mukutonga. Entele 1, Katali 1, 2, Naga ya Mexico, Nella Africa Mora. Di tutto con il peri Matakurika Bobedi.
Well, changes to be made here. We're already seeing the 17-year-old come on from a Mexican point of view. That being Gilberto Mora, plays for Tijuana. And Eric Lira, who the Masters are making way. As well as Jimenez, who scored his 6th goal for country and gets on his 6th now over the records. But that is one of the men coming on. Huge excitement. Gonzalez is now into the fray. And what they would have to see is that they start going on to score yet another. Medina making way. Rangers making way. And Abubak is back on the field. Coming off the bench here, and the 4 changes made by Hugo B so far in this match. Well, they turned out here hoping. The glorious opening to the FIFA World Cup so far, everything has gone according to plan for the Mexicans. Keep in mind, second day. We'll see South Korea and Czech Republic in action in the affairs that conclude this group. Surely they'll be watching this, and they themselves will be hoping for a good start here to see them match Mexico. We'll start the season hold on 3 points. Montez. The width of the field, their size to keep the South Africans chasing, especially when South Africa commanding less of the field. Using the space beautifully here in moving the way of field. Extra turn here. Mora, the 17-year-olds. Well, Quinones, another get a standing ovation from the thousands, tens of thousands that have turned out here after a standing debut at the World Cup for Mexico, where he scored the opener. Vega, the man to come on in his place. Alvarado. Seems to be in the box awaiting the ball played in the end. The South Africans playing out and looking to get onto the front foot. Still, to make me mention those joining us late that one of the efforts took the one-shot troubling well run not too far from the South Africans. Hasn't been a win to set piece. Oh, good tomorrow. That's the look of a 17-year-old once you get a close-up of his face. That was the man trying to anticipate it with the run from deep. This one's it. Going into the last 10 minutes. They don't have to rush it, they can take their time about things here and wait for the moment to try and get onto the front foot. They don't have to force anything here, Alvarado and company. Running. Oh, the one target of the box running, putting in the mix. And there's Vidal. There's a punish. And there's a second shot to towards Raul Rangel. The place was the Chivas goalminder. Deflection making it easier for Rangel. Ronnie involved in an off-the-ball clash with Roberto Alvarado, which is the reason why the man from Salamanca is seriously getting back up on his feet. State of Mexico under 21 and the 23 level. Also, must those who represented Mexico at the Olympic Games and at the 2022 FIFA World Cup is Alvarado. I haven't quite seen the Mexican range just yet. Tough time for today. Still a long way to go in reaching their ambitions here, and they look to be amongst the longest lasting sides of this World Cup, especially being hosts. You consider the three hosts, it will be interesting to see how far the likes of Mexico, Canada, including the US get here. They held up for the time being. Referee asked to have a look. Now, Granit could be in a spot of bother here. Did he slap Alvarado behind the heads? Is the question. He's a little slap with the left hand as they initially come together, which would be the reason why Alvarado took as long as he did to get back up on his feet. So that's it already. Have I had a player red carded today? That, of course, was as a toilet. And for Mendo Shikabala, he could be the second to walk here. So the referee put in Sambayo from Brazil, taking his time. Having a look at the slip on the side of the heads. And what is made his decision here could be trouble for Tebazwane, could be big trouble for Hugo Bruce in South Africa. Needs time, needs space. They should know by now, you'll hard to get away with anything on the field with VAR out there.
Directly the face the defender. Decision, direct free kick, red card.
There you go, red card, a second. Red card it will be for South African here today. And it's Riley who shoots someone here. And one for Hugo Bruce. The Samantha's nerves here today. Discipline may be one of them. Only one or two areas defensively that didn't do them any favors, especially in conceding the first goal, but it's gone from bad to worse. Stay back for Ronnie. And coming up the case, 9 now. Well, let's see up this game for South Africa. 9. And, well, and as far as the opening days of the FIFA World Cup, you'll remember the struggles. For those of you that witnessed the 1998 World Cup when they then led France went on to become world champions. And they were in the opening day against the South Africans. Yet another opening day of a FIFA World Cup, but this time it's Mexico. 2 goals to the Cribs, 2 players to the good. And everything that can go wrong or go wrong has for the South Africans. Well, they'll be looking for the knockout blow now for the Mexicans. Canelo Alvarez is amongst those that, of course, watching on from out in the stands. For a good 10 years or so as the face of boxing, he'll be hoping. And Mexico will have that third goal, which, well, right, frankly, represent the final blow against the South Africans. Makoba, getting up well.
Yes.
So, 5 minutes remaining, OJ. for Mexico now. They'll be thinking about their next match, which will be against South Korea, and quite a test for them after having done away with the South Africans by the look of things here. Whilst for South Africa, they'll wonder whether they can bounce back against the men from the Czech Republic on the 18th. OJ.
Haini akoma koma mototo South Africa bora ushishe temba zwani anasho petoro ta peta jara metsame ko yakagwe ya buri chaba chaba kan no to ko hudimo hela se bona kala sisikita sina kone ondete ke bora ekipa tsame ko ya mopera se jana sale fatse palo Africa bora ta kola e bora ya come tsame ko ya se jana sale fatse solo per le bora ta conoscenza kan no to ko hudimo me fela ai se mutolo so si dire che se bora tsela con pieno إلى تدير خلا جالا ما خالد مالوا خفا سام خلا كرات تدري كبيرة تاو فلا ما خلا خلا 1990 سامي كيبا جنتينا با ما خلا كرات تدري كبيرة فما سامي كون ولا نوسي مثل سبوا سيدنا خلا ما لتسيلا كومبيانا خطيالوس تشوني تيمبازواني با ما خلا كرات تدري كبيرة Galado Abata Borara Boraro, Abata Borara Africa Boraruri, Abata Borara Africa Boraruri, Makopa, Calabata Africa Bora, a police. Ababa Mokote wa Pegazeni, Aba Korumeta, Aba Tokomeni, Abata Ramana Karabe Kiro with Tomato Qualifier. Kata Zimbabwe, Kadu Hidobus. Tembazane dirle siamo tornati sotto la stadio a te motaniki wasilebo saka kemondayo wa Tembazane negete tela pelava Reyes Africa Borajano bago chala to bola bote ko morago Patele con la jala batte ko para mataba ya Sinai Patele ko tuma mokareka no kaya Nile Hamumu wanini Hababone tsela Bai pota gore thala mo pele la lena Bokolo di no rischia di oketse ka mo matsame tlongo Tago para 1998 Nakatalanta pa Africa Morani ako matsame tlongo se jana sale fase Naga ya porra Ina ba fina ka dilo dele tharo Abata dira se o kape gompieno Hela matragayo ka poso Okay, le tala poso Evidence makopa Sabe capele io to antala qua propensilia di popo Facciamo il secondo con la papazze Bai tuneri in bai putte di pozzo ora bago perché siamo messi con il bebè la telana Bai putte di pozzo ora bago perché siamo messi con il bebè la telana Habasana di pozzo mega male che via habasana di pozzo mega chalo alla chegelwa Africa bora fa bata come toro ya bonetto alla pele Tuko pesa messi con il bebè sa sengo moraco Fama bata ko buona ma se ti vanno le macagna mo Mexico Kota, ma me también voy a echar a hacer fácil. Algo buena morra. Pero me la detiene con Feli. Ahora pinga más soba. Ahora me la lo puedo per la marchuda. Se va a hacer de África morra, hay que ver Oscar o Lucio o Oscar Tadino de Peliva. Un pequeñeli. Un pagazi. Vamos a hacer la que la de Cawi Rua. Otra gallada que posa a la África morra. Hala tamega sen kem kapteni Montes Wana pege sen bagal Chanete ko petto la mano Hamu de la mano tamega marago bale bacano Nana basaliki bali babiri fela bakasela mu mutego ngo. Nana de la posta ka bobale irafela. 7 minutes. Integre come tutto il Sufa. Vasquez. Mora. Galaro. Afrika bora movimento kwa Morago. Kama batili okeriwa. Dino tema tsema ni musiche khatanoma. Kara kara le mo ba ali ba tabanda ba from Mexico. Hasira mo the Mexican way. Amaro bela mo focusol. Hare bole chala riye. Afrika bora bala setinde jano yore le kare. Patuma mono Kenya nai. Evidence ma kopa we kara la tepsam renduna. Hare bole chala Seyla men. Ata gari ba Seyla men. Kutra gari wa mon khakara tensa. Nago to Seyla.
Pull on a card. Pull on a card.
Pull on a card. Oh.
Red card. That's what I'm talking about.
Drama. Pagaptene, Ponawatiza, Mentes. Oh, magana karate Kibiru. Ora petele kole sotto la pancia del Pirello. Amo comile. Amo comile, caramilla del sego. Amo come la guancia che la papà sarà dei temi. Africa Buravata, 2,000 chiaredi. Catagatina Catalello. Guacalosa Montes. Sarà carata in Cile. Bago tara mo sa ko ngabone kon chega mo kapiteni. O la tela na kaya Mexico. Hatege. Manda waga ko Brazil. Ano ni tara mo sa ko. Dichiarato del Chibiro del Taro. Dichiarato del Taro del Chibiro. Homo Panitello. Homo Panitello Materrani. Homo Palo Terza Brambula. Metti della Tato Matalo a Chiesa che sono informati. Vuoi fare? Poi a Giano Panavoro Camocquetti. Voy a mandar a la limata borra que ni puede. Ahora voy a empezar así. Siempre mula. Otro mochotara. Ahora estola. Bueno, venga. Ahora ya me dice. Chara voy a salir de la bochada. Ahora voy a ver cómo vamos a hacer. Mora. Señaló le cawana la pega. Ya otro saya kiwa jano di calado. Para Afrika Mora. Sino le tochan como rabo. Le tochan la campega seri. Cuando la crete lo mataban a seisi. Cuando le chala. Evidence ma kopo bana chala usina police. Rambula. Australia police. Australia police. Obama Chala. Mbegezeli. Maybe see a sailor man. When I think about Katata. Agoy simula Chala como Rajo. Ya wacha la kwa nche kutoka Chalo kwenda Toke. Nasete kama chochote bebe je momento cheke ni super ikumi. Arbone magapteni Ronald Williams, sumagot sa sangga ng Pili Comarako, patuloy ng Pili Comarako. Patuloy ng Pili Comarako. Una la lettera va a continuare per una sessi. Tu la caccia come una sessi. Mettiamo con la ciala che sei da me. Poi c'è la situazione che quante con eso. Rembula. Per una cosa sono che ti va a fare la tua come rapo. Buona Vega, Laro e Folo Satuneo. Sibisi. Armane Tala email code. Osuna Police. Osuna Police. Rugana Tala Gwana Choco. Wakana Kalado. Wakana Sibisi Wakana Kalado. Abata Tala Kawana La Vega. Armane Tala Vega. Abata Kokotela Samofero. Vega Warumela. Khanaba Tulega Toko Komarago. Edwela Mogo Street. Mulumile Kuliso Motau. Mulumile Kuliso Motau. Lumile Chala Kilikawana La Calado. Kalawa La Kuliso. Materabane, Abaka Jala, the Quicker Tomato. Africa Morena, the Fera, Habameli. Habameli, Temohamuela, Batile Fagatulo Fellow. Mevata Jala, come over and support one. Mata Jala, Riva, Mega di Patemos to pass Africa Mora. 2, Mexico. Nora Africa Mora. Jimenez, Mamovale Quinones. Muchas.
Thank you. Please be back. Please be back. Please be back.
Hey, youngster,
Yeah, you can just put a new one. Yeah.
Oh, we're not.
On phone.